sky of bread of tainted stars. Evil stirs, and in its wake the souls of mortals sway. And sorrow.
Hi everyone, it's Mac here. Right, Sanctum of the Fallen by Lord Thauron. This is the mod we're going to be covering. It's a dungeon mod, so it's kind of off to the northeast, kind of between Windhelm and Winterhold, kind of off to the northeast up there. It's got its own quest marker when you load it in, so you can just jump straight there, and be careful when you actually jump in that you don't fall off the edge. Now, there's a lot of dungeon mods. You're normally able to just go in, get them done, couple of rooms, maybe a boss, maybe something, maybe a puzzle, and you're done. This one isn't like that. The author recommends that you're at least level 50, and you should already be able to see why that is. You get swamped by mobs, and they're pretty hardcore. You know, if you're not prepared and just go in there with like 2 potions and your gear not particularly awesome, then you may well get pwned. So but yeah, what it is it's a huge dungeon. Huge. There's like 19 separate rooms. This room is one of them. You should be able to see that it kind of twists and turns and stuff like that. I believe there's 9 bosses, and I think some of them, you know, I think that like one boss is counted like where there might be like a couple of guys together in the same room together fighting together. But yeah, you know, 9 bosses. And it's pretty cool. I mean, I have played through quite a few dungeon mods. A lot of them are very good, you know, very fun. You can just jump in, bang through them, no great drama, you know, blah blah, all done. And other ones, well, let's be honest, the imagination perhaps isn't quite there for some people, and they just, you know, maybe learning to how to use the creation kit and everything. That's fine. But I love dungeons like this, where there's no particular quest. You're not getting a direction of where to go and what to do. But just to give you a basic idea, in case that makes you think, oh my god, that sounds horrific. Each room, there's a boss in it, right? And when you kill that boss, they drop a key, and that opens one of the doors that might be around for you to go into the next room. And you can progress through all of the rooms, and you get to meet all sorts of different mobs. As you can see, werewolves. Now this was a nightmare, but I didn't want to kind of show you too much of that. But to rooms like this, I mean, the environments are really nice, and there's quite a lot of mobs to kill, a lot of things to look out for, like, you know, fighting on little bridges, and some kind of spells that are done kind of can be a little bit dangerous in some of the locations. And even when you kind of come across a really cool room like this that you think, oh my god, you know, it looks really nice, I love the way he's done this, that's really cool. All of a sudden these crazy biotches come out and start trying to tear you a new one. Oh man, it was awesome. I loved how kind of full on it was, you know. It didn't feel empty, even though it's a massive dungeon. And you know, when you walk up to something that you think is just kind of a statue or some ghost, and it's actually the bosses, you're like, whoa. And yeah, and then you get turned into an ice cube. Now the bosses drop unique items. They also drop things like spell books that allow you to cast unique spells, and one of them is I've just cast there. I've just summoned in that healer DPS-y type, and she's awesome. And there's a few things like that, but the unique gear is really nice, and it's worth going just for that. I mean, look at it. Look at the size of some of these rooms. Now you are actually going to go up these things, and you are going to go and do some bits and bobs up there that are kind of a bit like mini puzzles in a way, but not really. And as you advance through, you get to meet different mobs. Some of them are kind of cool. I love these little kind of dwarven soldiers, the little tiny ones. They're awesome. And yeah, and then you come across some things that aren't particularly small. I love the diversity of the mobs in here. I love it when authors use their imagination like this, and they really kind of try to extend the vanilla dungeons or other dungeons that have been done by modders. It brings something a bit new when you're kind of really swamped, so you're not just one-on-one, you're having to use quite a few abilities, some health pots, reliant on gear, and not only that, but you get some really nice money and some really awesome loot drops from these guys, or from anywhere in the dungeon. And it's a really, really worthwhile thing to get hold of and download. He is still working on it and updating. This is version 2 beta that I'm was running through today. And look at some of the environments. I mean, it's really worth looking into. I'll stick some links in the description if you want to check it out yourself. And obviously, if you want to check out any other mods, then check out my channel. There's a lot of checking. And then feel free to subscribe as well, and I shall catch you next time. Goodbye.